Hi, welcome and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. When it rains, it pours. This is true in the desert, as we are in monsoon season here, and it has been storming like crazy, and there's been all kinds of damage done, and it's been really intense. Flooding, trees blowing over, cushions and other items getting carried away, sirens in the background. It's been a mess, to be honest, and I know personally I've lost 2 trees in this year's monsoons. I had one just split in half and fall over, and actually ended up getting both removed just to clear the slate and start fresh, and we were about ready for a redo anyway, so there's that. And also, it's just a very crazy, chaotic time. It's hard to see when it's storming, when the monsoons are happening. It can lead to a brownout, to where you literally have no visibility or very, very low visibility. Can't see what's going on, can't see the car even in front of you. And similarly, narcissistically abusive relationships can be very crazy and chaotic. And it can be a time where there's low to no visibility, where you can't see what's going on. And not only you, but other people around you, or other people who maybe even are not in the relationship, can't see what's going on and can't see the potential for damage or injury in the situation. And it can be a really crazy, even scary time. And it can be very painful. It can be very costly. And also, monsoon season can be a time of growth. And if you see right here in my garden beds, the gardens are loving this rain and loving all of the watering that they're getting from Mother Nature. And everything is very lush, everything's very green, and not with all the clouds, they're not getting as much direct, intense sun, and so things are starting to ripen and really do well and mature. Like my tomatoes, for example, which I've been waiting on. I'm like, okay, it's about time for you to ripen. And I even found another huge Armenian cucumber that I didn't see. Oops. And monsoon season can be a time of great growth. And if you can weather the storm, then you can reap the benefits of the growth. And that's what I wanted to encourage you with, and something that was on my heart lately, because obviously I've been dealing with monsoon season and all that goes along with it, but I've also seen great growth during this time, especially in the gardens. My melon vines are just thriving, and they're crawling out and spreading, and I've found a few melons actually in one of the garden areas, and the other one I'm still waiting, but the vines are growing and thickening, and I can tell that it's coming. And I found some more eggplant and peppers and things like that. So that's encouraging, and it's a time of great growth. And similarly, the narcissistically abusive relationship, if you let it, it can be a time of great growth for you. And yes, the narcissist does a lot of damage, and they are damaged, actually. They do a lot of damage and cause a lot of chaos, create a lot of drama. They tell a lot of lies, and they project a lot of their pain and shame and anger and deeply rooted trauma onto you, and make you feel like you're doing something wrong, or that you're the aggressor, or that you're the one at fault. And really, truth be told, it has very little to do with you. And in a lot of ways, the narcissist is essentially reenacting, almost like a movie. They're reenacting a situation that traumatized them way back when in their childhood, for example, they're reenacting it with you in present day, but they're doing it in a way to where it's like all the things that maybe they could have done or should have done, or that they wish they had done, they're doing with you. So if they felt out of control, or they were overpowered by someone, like maybe a relative or someone who maybe abused them physically, emotionally, sexually, if they felt helpless or felt like no one was there to help them, or that they felt powerless or felt like they were duped or lied to or tricked into being vulnerable in some way, shape, or form, then in present day, in their reenactment with you, they're going to make sure, as you can imagine, that they are in control, that they are on top of the situation, that they are in control of the narrative, that they are beating you to the punch when it comes to any kind of duping or tricking, or even exiting the relationship, getting out of there, or that they are in a position of power, or have like a one-up, and it may just be as simple as they know that the whole thing is a lie and that it's all fake, but you don't. And so they have that one-up on you until you figure out what's going on. You educate yourself, or maybe someone taps you on the shoulder and says, you know what, something's not right here, or you know what, something's off with this person, or that doesn't sound right, or what have you. Or you see that other people are having the same negative experience, and maybe they're kind of dropping off like flies in their relationships and dealing with the narcissist, and the narcissist is the common denominator, and of course they have a hard time holding on to relationships. So anyway, narcissistic relationships can be an opportunity for great growth if you allow yourself to grow through the pain, the trauma, the hurt, or even the shame, and just the toxicity of it all, of that dynamic, and the things that they projected onto you, the way that they treated you, the lies that were told. It can be a great time of growth for you. It can also bring up things that come from your childhood or your background, and the way that you were taught and trained and raised. It can expose the narcissistic parent in your life, or other close family member or close relationship in your life, and expose that to you so that you can finally deal with and heal from that and grow from that as well. So there are great opportunities for growth. Unfortunately, the narcissist oftentimes does not take the opportunity to grow through the relationship dynamic, because after all, there are things that they learn from you. There are things that they go through during the course of the relationship with you, whether it's things that they pick up, like, your positive traits, or maybe if you discarded the narcissist first, then the being humbled and maybe getting the message sent to them that, look, that's not such a great idea. Maybe this isn't such a great idea after all, or maybe I shouldn't treat people this way, or you know what, man, you reap what you sow. There are a lot of growth opportunities for the narcissist. Unfortunately, a lot of times they are so deeply rooted in shame and self-hatred and trauma, and maybe even just a desire to take the path of least resistance, and so they continue on in their toxic behavior, and they're kind of in a loop and stuck on a cycle, and until they get to a point where they are just completely bottomed out, or where they come to the realization that they have found a safe space where they can open up and heal and deal as far as their trauma is concerned, then they will continue to repeat the cycle until it gets through to them. And unfortunately, they will experience, just like we do during the monsoon season, they'll experience a lot of damage along the way. They will lose a lot of their health. They'll lose a lot of their mental stability. They will unfortunately lose a lot of relationships, especially relationships that could very well help them in their life. and with the very things that they are struggling with, and with the very things that they deeply desire, instead of watching everybody else kind of pass them by. And it's really sad, it's really unfortunate. They will become ill physically due to just poor health, lack of self-care, promiscuity. They will pick up STDs. They will really deteriorate and go downhill. They will settle for whatever they can get. They will go after whatever they can to self-soothe and to regulate their emotions, instead of really dealing with the pain of origin. The point of origin is, as far as the pain from their childhood trauma, that would really be able to heal and resolve a lot of other things in their life. Anyway, when it rains, it pours. Whether it's literally like in monsoon season here in the desert, or figuratively in a narcissistically abusive relationship. And I guess what it really comes down to is, are you willing to grow through what you've gone through in order to flourish and thrive? You're not alone, and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.